Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Agent Advantage. My name is Lorne Cooper. I'm here with Ron McIntosh, and today we're going to talk about something very important. Now, I started in real estate, it was almost 10 years ago now, and I had a rough start, as all of you know, but I had the advantage of going through that and finding my success and then helping to sort of train some other agents on other topics. Now, you were coming from management. You were definitely in that position. So we wanted to lend our advice to those that are just starting in the industry. When you're just getting started in real estate, it's a lot of scrambling and trying to figure out, what do I do first? What do I do? I don't know. Do I do this? Do I do that? So we wanted to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that we see new realtors make as they come into the industry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So in no particular order, we'll just sort of throw them out there. Number 1 is they get stuck in a planning phase, right?
Yeah.
And a long time, that's kind of the fun part where you're thinking about, we're going to do all these cool things. And this is, an idea, and that's an idea. And I saw this online or that person do it. But they never actually get to action.
Yeah, it's very exciting to plan because you have all these big aspirations. I'm going to do this many deals. I'm going to make this amount of money. So you're in the planning phase and you're stuck there because it's very exciting. And to actually get out and do it is not so exciting. So that's where a lot of agents, newer agents, get stuck. I know a lot of agents from being in management that they knew everything on MLS. They knew all the properties, but they didn't have any clients to share that information with because they got stuck in learning everything and getting into the planning phase and just being stuck there.
That's right. So to add to that, it's important to know the business. Obviously, you'll get to know it better and better as you do it more often. Yeah. But this business is really about getting business, especially when you get started. So you got to get that flow in. There's that term kind of ready, aim, shoot, right?
Yeah.
I say ready, shoot, aim.
Yeah.
So you kind of get ready, get the basics together, and then start taking action, and you can start adjusting once you realize things are not working out or working this way or that way. Exactly. So that's number 1. Number 2 is they don't give the action enough time to really produce the results. So and I'm guilty of the same thing when I started.
I think we all are.
Yeah, I didn't know. You get started, someone tells you, okay, cold call, door knock, do geographic farming, whatever it is. You're not giving it the time it needs to actually generate the business. And we're not talking, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. Yeah. A lot of these different business models will take, 90 days to start generating any traction, 120 days, even 6 months. Something like geographic farming, it's been said, depending on the program that you look at, that you use, it can take a year to a year and a half to really gain the traction in a neighborhood, right?
Some are 18 months to 2 years, yeah.
And something like that, it's very important to realize you want to budget for that. So you don't want to start and throw your money out there and do these things, whether that's online leads or geographic farming, without being prepared ahead of time. So really budget for the length of time that you need to invest to get some sort of return. And if you can't afford it, then put in that sweat equity, right?
Yeah, because that's you have unlimited amounts of time and your energy. It costs nothing. So if you get out and actually did this stuff rather than trying to buy the business, it's a lot easier for a new agent.
Yeah, to build that database. And speaking of database, that moves us into number 3. A lot of agents skip that part of building some people call it building your list or whatever, but you really have to put together a database of everybody that you know that would recognize your face or your name. Yeah. And that's a solid base to get started. It doesn't mean you have to be that annoying guy that, hey, you want to buy and sell a house? Hey, you want to buy and sell a house? It just means that you need to get organized with some sort of system to keep your database in, even if that's an Excel file sheet. I don't care, but really you should get some sort of CRM. Hopefully your brokerage provides one. But you have to get that database together, and that also means completing it with names, phone numbers, email addresses, spouse, kids, all the information, right?
Yeah. I know a lot of agents that, like you said, they skip this altogether. They don't even have it. But the other good thing about having a CRM is it'll start to make your business more predictable the longer you're in the business, because you can gauge based on how many people you have in your database kind of where you're going to end up each year as far as what your commissions earned will be. So that's one of the big things as a new agent. Get your database started. Start from the beginning with a database, and it'll make your life a lot easier going forward.
Yeah, a lot of this business, any business really, but this business in particular really comes down to systems, and that is the heart of your business. So get started with a CRM. It doesn't even matter which one, as long as, most of them have the decent basic requirements. I would say the less convoluted, the better, because you can get lost in a lot of these systems.
Yeah.
But simple database, keep your stuff in there and keep adding to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 3 so far. So number 4. So just to recap, we did get stuck in planning, right? They don't give the actions enough time.
Yep.
What the actual method or strategy for gaining business.
Yep.
Number 3 is the database. So they're not doing the database. So number 4 would be comparing to others. We're all guilty of that, right?
Yep.
The guy down the hall that's been in business for any length of time, or even someone that started at the same amount of time as you. You never know. Maybe they were born into a well-connected family, and everybody's just seems like, okay, all of a sudden they're getting all this business from their wealthy family.
Yep.
You never know where it's coming from. Block that out, right?
Yep. We're all different. We all have different paths. But yeah, just worry about what you're doing and don't try and mimic what somebody else is doing because it might not fit into your skill set. So find what your skill set is and then just hone in on that and pick 1 or 2 things. Don't do 5 or 6 busy bee. I'm all over the place. Pick 1 or 2 things that you're really good at. Focus on those and give them the time that they're going to need to start seeing the results from it.
Yeah, I would say number 1 always is your sphere, your database. Even if you're new and you don't have one, you should be concentrating on building one, whether that's through networking or through prospecting on a daily basis and putting people into your database. So number 1, that's always 1. Then choose another method, whether that is door knocking, cold calling, going to networking groups, whatever it is for you, figure that out. Stick with those 2 and until you start producing results from that. Then you can start to add other columns or funnels for your business.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, great. Now, the last one.
I think this is the biggest one.
Yeah, so this is tough because a lot of people get into real estate, let's be honest, because they want to work for themselves. They think they have all the flexibility, time flexibility, and there is some flexibility, but I tell people the more flexible your time is, the less money you're making. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're waking up late, if you're not sticking to an actual schedule and you're thinking, oh, I can do this later, I can do that later, you're not treating it like a business. You're not treating it that way. You're treating it kind of like a hobby, like you're already semi-retired.
Most people get
right?
they get their license and they come into this business acting like they're semi-retired. This is a business. You got to get up, go to work, have a schedule, do your income producing things early, I say, to get them out of the way, and then your day becomes a little bit more flexible. But yeah, you got to treat this like a business. This is not semi-retirement. This is it's what do they say? It's not easy, but it's simple.
Right, exactly. So the simple truth of it is you need to do those tasks to produce and generate the business, and then keep on doing the same things, because the other thing that can happen is you get busy with getting busy and you forget to do those things, right?
That's the one thing. Make sure whatever got you busy, you keep doing that, because a lot of agents, they have that roller coaster ride because they're doing all these income producing things. They get busy and then they forget to do those things, and then they're on that, they're starting over again. So keep doing the things that got you business even when you're busy.
That's the bonus tip, okay?
There you go. That's number 6.
We didn't even think about that until we started talking about it, and it is 100% true. That happens to a lot of people, that roller coaster. You got to stay consistent. So develop a schedule and stick to it. I think about it this way. If you had a job and real estate was your job and you had a boss and your boss was watching you do whatever you do on a daily basis, would they continue to pay you or would they fire you?
Yeah, there you go.
Think about it that way. It's kind of scary, but it's true, all right?
Yeah.
So those are our top 5 plus bonus tip, things that agents tend to get wrong when they first get into this business. I say stick to it. Do your thing, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. If you found any other situations or things that are common mistakes that new agents make or that you yourself made, please leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Have a great day.